Here with us for his take, House Judiciary Chair and member of the Oversight Committee, Jim Jordan. Congressman, Bill Clinton apparently finds this hilarious, and of course he has zero credibility, and he doesn't look like he's particularly well either. But his moment is this. He says, well, let's look to the future. The Democrats about the future, and the Republicans, they can't deliver prosperity, so what they're delivering is a look to the past. Your answer for that?
Well, first of all, Democrats knew he wasn't up for the job, and we know that they knew that because they wouldn't give us access to the audio tapes from Special Counsel Hur. We tried to go to court to get those. They said, no, you can't have those, even though they gave us the transcript. And then the real proof that they knew he wasn't up to the job is when they said, you can't run. We're kicking you out and we're putting Kamala Harris in. And so for someone to say, no, he could handle it all, even your own actions as a party prove that he couldn't. Now, will we find that they actually made decisions, whether they signed things, did things? I think the only way you're going to know that is if we can get a whistleblower who comes forward and says, yes, there was serious talk about the 25th Amendment. There were actions taken that Joe Biden didn't know what was going on, and people went ahead and did things and made decisions. I think we're going to need a whistleblower, but you can't get that until you start this ball rolling and start the investigation that Pam Bondi is going to do and that Chairman Comer and the Oversight Committee have undertaken as well.
Congressman, for the lay people out there, are there any actual criminal charges, fraud charges, anything that could be brought in a court of law, or is just for fact-finding purposes or shaming purposes so it doesn't happen again?
Again, you don't know. I mean, until we get the facts, until we go from there. What we all know is he wasn't up to the job. It's sad to say he's the president of our country. I disagree with his policies, but he was still our president. But we all saw that on the debate stage, and we saw all kinds of things prior to that that confirmed he wasn't, he just couldn't handle the job. And again, I go back to the fact they wouldn't give us something that was in the special counsel's report, a privilege they asserted that I thought they'd already waived when they gave us the actual transcript, written transcript, I think just confirms where they're at. But the big takeaway for me is the mainstream, the left-wing media. I mean, the idea that they told us for 4 years Joe Biden's just fine, and now they're making money telling us, well, he really wasn't, and they're coming clean with their story, whether it's Jake Tapper or Karine Jean-Pierre, makes no sense. I always say, Laura, the left has a template. The left will tell a lie. Joe Biden's just fine. Mainstream media will report the lie. Big tech will amplify the lie. And then when you tell the truth, they call you racist or something else. That's just how they operate. But the people saw through it and made sure President Trump is now our commander-in-chief.
Congressman, what do you think of this Elon Musk feud with Donald Trump? You know both of them. You've interacted with both of them, but Elon Musk wants to take your big, beautiful bill and flush it down a big, beautiful toilet. What does he get wrong about the bill?
Well, the bill does 4 things that are just fundamental Republican principles. That's why it's a good bill. The bill cuts taxes, lets moms and dads keep more of their money, including parents and people who work and get tips. The bill says that we're going to maintain border security on our border, allocates the resources for that. The bill says if you're an able-bodied adult and you're in our welfare system and you're getting taxpayer money, you're going to have to go to work. And the bill says to moms and dads, we think you're best equipped to select where your son or daughter should go to school, and gives them school choice. Those are fundamental common sense Republican principles. That's why this legislation is good. I wish it saved more money just like you did. But overall, this thing is good, and it enacts the things that President Trump campaigned on. I hope Charlie's right. I hope President Trump and Elon work this out and it's reconciled. I think that's for the good of the country, the good of the party. But this legislation is a good piece of legislation. That's why I supported it, and I think it'll pass.
Is it true that it's the libertarians? They pushed for getting rid of the EV tax credits, correct? I mean, those could have been phased out slowly, I guess, but I think Elon was really torqued at that. And, as are a lot of people who like these alternative, types of vehicles.
Yeah, that's part of it. There is a phase out for a lot of it. There are good things in this legislation. I understand the deficit situation. I understand the $37 trillion debt. We do have to begin to save more money. But in the end, when you do those 4 things, cut taxes, secure the border, make sure able-bodied people who are getting your money, your viewers' money, have to go to work, and give parents school choice, those are good. And the Democrats here's the other reason this bill is good. Because all the left hates it.
Yeah,
Because they
well-
don't like those. They don't like those four things that empower people, empower families. They want people dependent on the government, not being empowered like this legislation does.
All right, Congressman, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.